James was the brother of Jesus. He knew him personally. He ate with him. He prayed with him. He watched him die. Paul never met Jesus, not once. And yet, it was Paul's version of Christianity that conquered the Roman Empire, that shaped Western civilization, that became the Bible you read today. Why? How does a stranger's interpretation beat an eyewitness's? The answer is darker than you think. After Jesus died, there wasn't one Christianity. There were two. In Jerusalem, James, the brother of Jesus, led a community that kept Jewish law. No pork, Sabbath observed, temple worship continued. They believed Jesus was a prophet, a Messiah, but not God. Historians call them the Ebionites, the poor ones, the original ones. Then there was Paul, a Roman citizen, a man who had never met Jesus but claimed a vision on the road to Damascus changed everything. Paul's message was radically different. Forget the Jewish law. Jesus died for your sins. Faith alone is enough. And Jesus, Paul insisted, was divine. These two men were not preaching the same religion. The tension between them wasn't quiet, it was explosive. In Galatians 2:11, Paul writes that he opposed Peter, the closest disciple of Jesus, to his face, because Peter was siding with James's community. Paul called them false brothers, spies, people who wanted to enslave his followers. James's community called Paul an apostate, a liar, someone who twisted the message of Jesus beyond recognition. This was not a minor theological disagreement. This was a war for the soul of a religion. And James was winning, until history intervened. In 70 AD, Rome destroyed Jerusalem. The temple was burned to the ground. The Jewish Christian community, James's community, was scattered and broken. The physical center of original Christianity was gone. Paul's communities were different. They were spread across the Roman Empire, in Corinth, in Ephesus, in Rome itself. They had no temple to lose, no city to destroy. And Paul's message had a crucial advantage. It required nothing. No circumcision, no dietary law, no Jewish identity. Anyone could join. In a vast multicultural empire, that was everything. By the 4th century, Paul's Christianity had spread across Rome, but it was still one of many competing versions. Then, in 312 AD, Emperor Constantine converted. And in 325 AD, he convened the Council of Nicaea, where bishops voted on the nature of Jesus, where the Trinity was formalized, where competing gospels were rejected. The winners wrote the Bible. The losers were declared heretics. James's followers, the Ebionites, were among those heretics. Their texts destroyed, their communities hunted, their version of Jesus erased. So why did Paul win? Not because his version was more accurate, not because it was closer to what Jesus taught, but because it was easier to spread, because Jerusalem fell, because an emperor chose it. History is written by the victors, even religious history. James knew Jesus personally. Paul knew how to build an empire, and empires tend to last. What do you think? Was Paul a visionary who saved Christianity, or the man who changed it beyond recognition? Let me know in the comments.